didn't just step into a zone that they had no precedent for. They stepped into basically, in my opinion, for the most part, business as usual, so to speak, with how they proceeded vis-a-vis COVID vaccines. People look at COVID vaccines and say there's something extraordinary. I think that from a regulatory, legal perspective, they weren't that unique, and I'll walk you through that. And I think that understanding that how vaccines were treated pre-COVID helps put in context how they were treated during COVID. I'm going to start by focusing on product safety, because I know that's been a little bit of a topic of debate around COVID vaccines. The question I start with is, how is product safety assured in America? How does this make sure cars are safer? Every product you see in your house is safer, your oven, pretty much every product you see in this room. Over time, over decades, they've gotten safer. I mean, cars, fuel tanks used to blow up, right? We don't see that anymore, and so forth. And what drove that product safety? The primary thing that drives product safety are market forces. Companies exist for the most part to make a profit. If they're going to make a product that'll be profitable, that drives their conduct. If there's going to be liability, or they anticipate liability beyond what the revenues are, they don't make that product. They also don't continue selling that product. Market forces drive product safety. When you look, to use cars as an example, and actually in law school they use a lot of car cases as the prototype cases to teach. There was this one of the classic examples, there was a car company where the internal evaluation found that it would cost more to fix this component that made gas tanks explode than it would to pay for around the 10 people that died every year from those explosions. So they didn't fix it. It was a cold hard calculus, to be sure. I hope corporate America doesn't typically act that way, but it did in that situation. But I think it's reflective of the kind of